Hey guys, Case from Top Branch. Another thing with bar maintenance that you want to watch sometimes is if you look ever so closely. This thing right here is wider and it wiggles quite a bit. Plus when I get to spinning at some point, it will go up and down. This tip of the bar spread and a whole bunch of ball bearings actually came out. So we're gonna need a new bar. While we're here, we'll talk about bar maintenance and kind of what to look for when you are using bars, what happens. Sometimes you see it where I have it this way, and then other times you'll see in the different videos that it's this way. The reason why I flip it over back and forth is because it allows there to be wear on both sides. Plus when I'm boring into it, the tip will end up have a groove in it from all that chain coming around and pushing on it. So when you flip it over, it kind of helps it wear everything out. But as it wears, they will end up making these little burrs on it. So you can take a easy flat file. If you're handy with a grinder, I usually do bench grinder, go nice and quickly and easy. Take that burr right off. Sometimes you'll have a burr right on the end of the inside of the bar here, where the chain is coming back into these grooves right here. So you just want to watch it. Wear gloves when you're doing this. If you look up really closely right here, you can see these burrs that we're talking about. And this is where the burr broke off, but you can see there's a big section right here. And this is actually really sharp, so just be careful when you're doing this. Cleaning the bar is really important to make sure that there's no debris in this groove as well. Plus there's the oil ports. There's two little oil ports right there, and an identical one on the opposite side. So when you flip it, it's always inside of this oil groove is always getting oil into the bar. Also with your chainsaw, you have wear plates that are right here. This chain catcher is really important to keep intact, because if your chain ever comes apart, a lot of times it will come apart, and this chain catcher will help catch it, so that way it doesn't just go flying out of the saw, way it in behind you, or hit your leg. So just be careful to make sure. Sometimes when you're brand new chainsaw or brand new chain, they have a tendency to stretch, and when they come off the saw, especially like when you're cutting small brush, that chain catcher will get it's only made of aluminum. It's made of a lighter a softer steel than the chain is, so it doesn't hurt your chain. If it catches, it might just dull a tooth here and there, but make sure you keep an eye on that and replace it if it starts getting cracked or anything like that, because you want that to work. That's a safety. And usually when you're changing your chain, you're filling up or anything like that, that's when I flip my bar over to help even that wear out. And that's a great time to check it, because something can happen, a chip in it or a big burr on it or something like that, and it's a good time to check it to make sure that it's not going to hamper you when you're in the field, basically. So when you're just every time you change the chain, flip it over, and then when it really needs it, when you can feel the burr pretty well, just take either a little flat file or a grinder and just trim it up a little bit, make it so that way it lasts that much longer.